Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to attend the United Nations Climate Change Conference, that's the COP26 in Glasgow. He arrived in Glasgow at 2:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time to attend the summit, which will be attended by heads of governments of more than 120 countries. And that was a welcome the Prime Minister received when he touched down in Glasgow. World leaders will be sitting down to discuss global warming and the 21st century's biggest challenge for mankind. That's, of course, climate change. COP26 summit's agenda is to reduce the consumption of global coal resources, limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, curb increase of greenhouse gases, and also end subsidies on fossil fuels. Ahead of the climate change conference, Prime Minister Modi also held bilateral meets with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, with the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, and the Indonesian President Joko Widodo in Rome. This was on the sidelines of the G20 summit.
India is leading the voice of the developing nations to talk about the various aspects of technology sharing and also discussing that the 100 billion that was promised by the developed nations should be actually now handed out properly. The deadline has already passed, and apart from a lot of these matters, there is some excitement, an exciting announcement coming. We haven't been told about that, but of course with Boris Johnson, Prime Minister Boris Johnson, they will be discussing the Solar Alliance, which they have been talking about and they are founding members of as well. After the national statement, there is a visit to a museum here in Glasgow, which is possibly a museum that a lot of people go to, and a lot of exhibition on climate change is being held there as well. The day will end with a lot of catching up and discussion on the day that has gone by, because there are bilateral meetings that are going to be happening on November 2nd as well. So a very action-packed day for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who already did 3 bilateral meetings in G20 with Angela Merkel, who introduced her successor to him, the Prime Minister of Italy, and also the President of Indonesia. And now in COP26, a very, very important meet, a very, very important issue for Prime Minister, where he will be the leading voice of a lot of the developing nations. Lavina Tandon for India Today from Glasgow, Scotland. What is it, the one thing that you will ask the leaders of the climate change of COP26? You can look into the camera and tell them.
I think, first of all, to say that, Britain now is changing quite a lot. 4 out of 10 are aware of the climate change impact. Young people are not screaming, they're actually asking for change. Indeed, they brought out change in 2019 when this country declared climate emergency, no more climate impact. The messages are very clear. Act now, make plans properly, be accountable, and we want things to happen for the world. But they also now realize that climate change is impacting some people more than them.